Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for passing through. Hopefully you're here to stay. So I wanted to know if there are any other single mums that feel this way or have felt this way. So I have, and sometimes still deal with a lot of guilt. I feel very, very guilty at times that my son doesn't have a father in his life. Um, and it really, really used to get to me before. Not as much now because I've taken time to really work through um, a lot of issues and emotional things and challenges that I've had. So I've been able to look at what was the real trigger for me feeling guilty, but I still have pangs of that guilt, especially when I see like other kids with their dads, or I see a dad out with their son playing football or carrying them on their shoulders, and I just look and I just think, oh, I wish my son was able to have those experiences. Um, and I felt the most guilt because he was my choice. I really did choose my son's dad. It wasn't a one night stand. We didn't just start having sex and then bish bash bosh, I've got a baby. No, I really made the decision. This is the man I want to be the father of my child. And now looking back, that's one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my life because my son does not have the experience of having a father at the moment. And I want to know if there's other women that feel this guilt, because I've tried to speak to mums who have partners or even they're co-parenting, and they just don't seem to get it. They don't seem to get how deep set that feeling of not being able to provide for your child something that they should get so easily, and the hurt that you can feel that your child doesn't have that, because I obviously want to try and give my son as much and everything that he needs and wants. And him not having a father, that's just something I don't really have control over. I can't force his dad to want to be present in his life. I can't force his dad to want to be a good dad. I can't force his dad to be there. And for me, I worked out that one of the reasons his dad isn't around is so it could hurt me. I know that's one of the reasons he is not around, because he knew how important it was for me, for my son to have his dad there. Sorry, this little bit of hair is really bugging me. And I can't let him hurt me. He hasn't been in my life for like over 9, 10 years now. He can't hurt me. But I was letting that guilt still hurt me. And I think one of the reasons I felt even more guilty is because I put up with so much and I saw so many red flags and still decided to have a child with this man, and he's not around. I feel for my son and I look at him and I just hope and pray that he doesn't grow up and feel like he has a part of him missing because he didn't have a dad around. I try as much to teach him masculine things, like, I don't know, like even how to stand up and not to pose like a girl, because at a point he was taking pictures like this and I was like, no, Kai, maybe it's better if you just cross your arms. But yeah, there's always going to be that niggling feeling of guilt that my son doesn't have a dad. And I want to know if other single mums feel this as well, if this is just me. There's been so many times that I've just thought my son is lacking. He's gonna grow up and not have certain traits because he didn't have a man around. Even that makes me feel guilty. I think about when he's getting older and going to secondary school, when he starts making more male friends and they act and talk a certain way. He's maybe not going to have those kind of traits because he didn't have a man around. And that's all going to be my fault because I chose a waste man to have a baby with, basically. And yeah, I have no shame in saying that. I was young, I was in my early 20s, I thought I was in love, I thought this was the best man that I would ever meet in my life, and at the time I really didn't think that I would do any better, and so I chose to have a child with him. But I do feel that guilt deep inside me, that I made a choice and now my son is going without because of the choice that I made. So yeah, I just want to put it out there and see if any other mums or dads feel that sense of guilt that their child is lacking. And if so, are you doing anything to work through it? If not, have you thought about it? Like, has it brought up different things? Because for me, when I was really working on how to let go and forgive my son's dad, part of the guilt was because I felt rejected. I felt a huge rejection, that because somebody didn't want to be present in my son's life, that means there was something wrong with me. And I felt guilty because there must have been something wrong with me that made me so bad that this person doesn't want to be around my child. And it's not the case. This person has their own mind. His dad has his own thoughts. He can make his own choices. So if he wanted to be in my son's life, he could be in my son's life. And I need to stop holding on to all of that blame and hurt, because it's not my fault. It's not my fault that he is not stepping up to be a father. And realizing that really helps me to let go of a lot of the guilt that I had inside. And also as well, coming to the acknowledgement that just because a child is in a two-parent household, it doesn't mean that they're getting more love. It doesn't mean that they're being raised better. There are parents out there that should not be together raising children. There are women out there that should not have had children because they're not even raising them, or they're not raising them well. So I really try to always look at the bigger picture and dig down deep and think, okay, why am I really feeling this? Why am I really thinking this? And eventually I've always come to some sort of conclusion as to, okay, I'm feeling really guilty because I grew up with my dad. Even though he wasn't the best dad, I had the experience of seeing my dad there. I'm feeling really guilty because I made the choice, a conscious decision to have a baby with this man. I'm feeling really guilty because sometimes I want everything to be perfect and I hate it when I can't control things. Really start looking at why you may be feeling that way. And I'd love it if other people could reach out and tell me why they felt that way or what they feel guilty about. Like, I don't know if you have different guilt when you have a girl child, even though the dad isn't around. Is that guilt as strong because you have a female child? You have a girl and you're a woman. But yeah, that was just on my mind, that I always used to feel very, very guilty for my son not having a dad around. And maybe there's other people that feel the same way. And I think it's good to be open about how we feel and what we're going through, so then it doesn't seem like it's such, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like it's something that doesn't happen and you're the only one. You're not the only one going through this. If there's someone else out there, another woman out there feeling guilty because your son or daughter doesn't have a dad in their life, I know what that feels like. And know that you're not alone. There are loads of us women out there who wish we could give our children everything, wish that our children could have two great parents. And unfortunately, that just isn't the case and we can't do that. But things that are out of our control, there's no point stressing about it. I always want to try and focus on what can I do now and how can I grow and develop as a better person. So yeah, please reach out to me and let me know, do you feel the same guilt for your son not having that second parent in their life? All right, I hope you have an amazing day and hopefully you'll be back for my next video. Bye.